What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to this multi-time frame forecast. We're going to be going over AUD USD. And before we get started, I want you guys to do one thing, and that's just like this video. Not only does it support us, but it really does give us the opportunity to get in front of other people, give them some education, and also give them some tips on trading as well. So if they're following along, hopefully you can be scraping away some pips along the way while you're learning. That being said, we can get straight into it. So this is AUD USD. We're going to start the way we normally start, and that's just by going onto the line chart on the monthly time frame, picking out the most relative peaks and valleys to where price is at, where it could be potentially going, in addition to looking at potential trend lines just to get general directions of the general trend itself. So you can be using EMAs. For me personally, I just like to use peaks and valleys and then connect the dots essentially. So we've already done this right here. We can see we have some major area of structure right here. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, and then a significant low right here. And then we also had this one right here. Support, 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 resistance, resistance. So now we can go into the candle charts, and then let's see if we see any particular patterns. So we had reviewed this one, and previously we had said that it was likely going to be a reversal zone right here, if you remember correctly. But the reason why we said that is because this was actually an extension of this leg right here, and it ended up perfectly hitting this as well. Plus, it was a structure right here. So just remember, structure and fibs are pretty significant. So keep that in mind whenever you're trading. But now, what can we be looking for right here? So we did end up coming down and testing this area. So now we could be looking for some short-term buys. So let's look for some short-term buying opportunities. Because we have an impulse pattern to the upside, we have a higher probability that we're going to continue going to the upside, since this area of structure was significant in the past previously, and we are testing it right here as well. So it's likely that we're going to be seeing this area as a potential resistance, or sorry, support for us in the near future. So let's continue to look at it that way. And then we can show you a long-term trading setup, which is more of an idea because it's not validated at the moment. So this one is a little bit more validated since we are testing this area of structure. So let's go to the weekly. Oh, hell no. There's a spider right here. Oh, shit. Sorry, guys, there was a spider. So here we got a nice retracement already from this previous leg. So what we're going to be looking for right now is another short drop down, because we can see that we have a higher high right here, a higher low essentially. So we're going to be looking for another drop down on the daily time frame and see if we can notice or identify any particular patterns that would be suggestive of it continually going upward as well. So unfortunately, we already did miss it. So I just saw this right here. We have a nice little cipher pattern, a harmonics pattern, and you can see that it did go up and test this neckline. But with these patterns, we have a higher probability of going up even further. And just to show you, so you can better understand, there's another harmonics pattern right here. And just understanding and identifying these patterns quickly would allow you to better scalp some profits as well. So with these patterns, we have a high probability of hitting the neckline that happened right here. And with this one, hitting the neckline happened right here. So keep that in mind whenever you're looking at charts. But we do have a descending trend line right here. So if we can break this and continue to treat this as support, basically what we're looking for is doing something like this. Maybe like a head and shoulders, a reverse head and shoulders. And then we can come upward. Not sure exactly how we're going to be going about that. So we do have this trend line that we want to break. We want to make a break above, or sorry, we want to come down here, test this one more time, and then we also want to break above this trend line. So let's zoom out just a little bit further. Let's go back to the weekly and look at an actual target point for us. So this one is going to be a relatively smaller trade. So this is for our short-term traders, our scalpers. And yeah, so it's a really, really simple setup for us. We're basically going to be treating this area of structure as support, structural support. This is going to be weekly and monthly. And then, so that's that right here. Hold on, perfect. Just want to clean this up real quick. Pokemon's up here. One more thing is we want to break this area of structure, break trend line. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add this pattern so that you guys can remember why it's going up right here. Well, not exactly why, but a good piece of evidence of confluence why it's going to go up and why it did go up. So we have the harmonics pattern. We have a trend line that needs to be broken before we can enter, but we are treating this area of support that was structured on the weekly time frame, and we're respecting it. So if we could break this trend line, continue to treat this area of support, in addition to this harmonics pattern on the daily time frame, we can see a short-term target with risk parameters of a little bit above 1 to 3 risk reward ratio. But this is AUD USD. Hopefully you guys are following along, learning a little bit along the way, and then making some money as well. So we had a pretty good week last week. Sorry, I've been in Brazil and I missed my flight, so I was a little bit behind. I've got myself situated, so I'm going to be doing these weekly and daily, again. So hopefully you guys are excited, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Let me know if you guys are making some money. Don't forget to like this video and comment down below pairs that you want us to cover in the future. See you guys in the next one. Bye.